want to wait till after the holidays. We want to see who gets elected. It doesn't matter. Like, start planning now. Like, that's the point of planning, is to get through difficult times.
I think it's one of the biggest traps is I'm waiting for things to calm down before I do anything.
Yeah.
Because what is your definition of calming down? When is that action going to actually take place? Oh, I'm waiting for a pullback. Well, a pullback of how much?
Right.
A lot of times what happens is when you have that mindset, it's really just procrastination. And if you wait for things to calm down before you do something, you end up missing the boat. You end up missing those opportunities.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are like, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. Actually, our more successful clients are like, let's plan for this. So if we have a recession, how can I take advantage of that? What opportunities do I have? How can I actually get through this and benefit from this? That's what I like. How do we actually combat a situation? Well, it's a lot of times through financial planning, income planning, portfolio money management, but you want to have proactive planning happen. And I think a lot of people, when they get emotional, they get more reactive, which drives me crazy. Our brains do not eliminate fear. It actually intensifies it. And when we get intensified with fear, we get very emotional. And that's where we get reactional instead of strategic. And so, like, it doesn't matter if it's midterms, recessions, or whatever, we have to be more strategic. Let's go over what has changed this year and go through like an investor checklist of how we can actually get through this.
I think something that's on the top of everybody's mind heading into 2026, maybe not as much investor related, but especially for retirees, is healthcare costs, Medicare premiums. It kind of makes me laugh because you see Medicare premiums are going up by over 10%. That baseline of $185 for Medicare Part B is now going up to, I believe it's $209 and change per month, which is over a 10% increase. Then you see the cost of living adjustment for Social Security is a 2.7% increase.
Right.
So, you know,
1/4.
Here's 2.7% increase on your Social Security, but your premiums are 10% higher over here. In the private healthcare market, it's even worse, right? I think the average for the private healthcare is 18%. That it's going to be rising by next year?
I think that's low. I know that my premiums went up over 20% from 2025 to 2026. I almost fell on the floor. I thought it was a mistake. And then all of a sudden, it does get overwhelming. You have to go through everything. Okay, well, if I change this, how am I covered? Medicare is no different. And we've done a lot of podcasts with Carmela Rose. And if you look on our podcast, you can actually go back and she talks all about Medicare, which has been very helpful for a lot of people because it is a confusing and overwhelming situation. We've got healthcare. What about tax law changes?
Yeah, the big beautiful bill came along and that had some changes to it too. Some things to look out for the next year as far as tax credits that you can have and different strategic ways that you can take advantage of that bill. But you know, something else before we wrap up that I do want to bring up too is contribution limits are changing. It's always good to take care of at the beginning of the year in January. If you're making automatic contributions to your 401k, your IRAs, your Roth, be aware that these numbers are going up. So if you're under 50, in 2025, it was $7,000 that you can contribute to that IRA or that Roth account. That is now moving to $7,500. Same thing if you're over 50, it was $8,000 before. Now it's moving to $8,500. The 401k contributions are also going up. I don't want to get this wrong, so that's why I'm looking down. Now it's moving up to $24,500 for the employee part of that contribution, and then as well as the catch-up provision will increase there too. So the reason we bring that up is take care of it at the beginning of the year. If you're having monthly contributions that are going in, increase those slightly, especially when we're looking for those Roth accounts, maximizing those tax efficiencies from those accounts.
Absolutely. So again, we have to realize, you know, where we're coming from, where we're going, and where are we right now. And you have to understand that no matter what the issues out there are, they're always going to be changing. And we can't always worry about a recession or what if scenarios. It's not if a recession is going to happen, it's just when it's going to happen. But remember, in 2020, we actually had a recession, but we also had a market where the S&P 500 returned 18.57%. In the same year that you have a recession, which is scary, right? You still have a super strong economy. Thanks for riding along with us today. We hope you got some good dirt. If you like today's show, subscribe, like, and share with all of your farm truck friends. Until the next ride, I'm Eric Kearney. This is Farm Truck Financial, where we're always planting seeds for a better future, 1 mile, $1 at a time.